Hey guys, welcome back to another P3D video. We're flying the Spirit Airlines A320. This is the FSLabs A320. We're taking it down to New Orleans from here, Atlanta. This is our first full flight video in P3D version 4.5. I'm very excited, and we're flying the first time in a full flight video on the new FSLabs update, which we'll be showing off today. The reason why there's no GSX stuff around here right now is just because of the new update. You don't need GSX getting ready all now because it's all done by the aircraft, which is super cool. So we're flying Spirit. I don't think we've flown this before. Definitely haven't flown this airline before, so it's very good. What's that written on the engine? Home of Bearfair. Is that how you say that? I don't know. Whatever. Very interesting. So yeah, nice yellow plane. Very definitely noticeable. Anyway, the reason why the jetway is not kitted up, like I said, is the same thing as GSX. Once boarding starts, the jetway will connect up to the door. I know it doesn't look like it can technically reach it, but the thing is, I don't know why, but it is extended right now. It does retract and then it does come back up again. I don't know why it spawns in like that, but whatever. Let's go inside the cockpit. Here we are. We are currently at Delta 6 at Atlanta. Let's get the MCDs powered on. In fact, the new update, when setting cold and dark, the external power is already there, so you can get that on before you start up the MCDs, which is a lot better, I'd say, than the old update. So crucible light on the oxygen on, and nav and Nova light is now on to the system 1. We've now got power. No smoking go on, seatbelts are not on. Well, they can go on, but we're going to refuel, so we will need to turn those off when we start refueling. Anyway, I think it's just good practice to keep them off until refueling is done anyway. So, we'll set this to inches on this side, like so. Airport 20, VORs, CSTR 10. That is fine there, probably around like 5,000, just bring that up there with all the RSs to align. Click B, 3010 on the QNH there. Go to the FMGC, go to the init page. That was me just testing something out. I originally tried to do this flight, and then company route wasn't working, so I just reset everything to make sure it worked, and everything seemed to be fine. So New Orleans is that. Boom, put that in the company route, and there it is. So off. What's it called? Flight number is NRS, NKS. Sorry, it's NKS, not NRS. I don't know where I got the R from. NKS, November Kilo Sierra 481. Put that in there. The cost index for Spirit, I don't know, but I'm assuming it'll be around about 10 or something. Put 10 in. And PFPX thinks we can go up to 380 for a good amount of time. Once everything's set up and everything, we can see how long this state will be cruising at 380 if it's a suitable cruise flight level. Go to the wind page here. So this is a new thing with the update. You do have to request winds. Just click wind request and that'll be going, doing its own stuff. Go to the other MCD. We'll be now using the new update. If you had the new update, don't know how to use it, go search up Blackbox711 on YouTube. He has released a video on how to use this ATSU menu stuff, AAC menu and everything, how to use it. I'm going to be going through it quite quickly, so if you're not sure, then go search up Blackbox711, go watch his video on how to use this new update if you use the FSLabs. So we'll go to the init review first. Our flight number is NKS, not NRS, so NKS like so, and we are 481. Put that into there. Our expected flight time down to New Orleans from here, Atlanta, is 1 hour and 11 minutes. There we are. Current fuel on board is 2.8. Our crew details: I am the captain. My name is Hugo, if you didn't know that already. The co-pilot, we don't actually have one. But I could probably say our co-pilot is YouTube, even though you guys are watching this after I've done the flight, so there you go. That's kind of cool. You go back to the init page here, and you can go and request that out. Now I'll just queue it out and send it. You see initialization received. This is the first initialization. It will come in this received pages, messages page once it's all done. But first we'll go to the AFP data. We can enter in our block fuel that we want, our taxi fuel that we need, and our trip fuel. So pretty much all that matters is our block fuel. This is what GSX will see. So if you put in 5521, GSX will come over, as you can see, by GSX. It will refuel aircraft up to some sort of fuel around there. It's not really accurate. It's like the real world. It don't give you exactly what you want. It could be like off by 0.1 of a ton. So block fuel, always recommend to get a bit more fuel than you require. So apparently this gives us at least 2 hours of flight time. Our taxi fuel will be around about 200 kilograms, and we're going to be using 3,002 kilograms of fuel on the trip. Our zero fuel weight today is going to be 54.5, like so. Standard time departure is in the sim time, so whatever sim time it is, it's UTC time in the sim. So you can take a look at this in the UTC time. It's not real world time, so don't go looking at your own clock to find out when standard time departure is. Right now it does say pretty much half an hour from now, but I think we can depart within 20 minutes. This standard time departure is also not actually your departure time. Put it in as your off the blocks time. So actually we're not doing a long flight, so our fueling won't take that long. So I could say maybe 10 to 15 minutes from now. What I'll do is 15 minutes from now, and that would be 39. So put 1939 in here, like so. Not 39, 49, 1949. Totally sorry. And that will just tell the aircraft we should be off the blocks, meaning pushing back around about that time. So yeah, we're going to refuel via GSX. Click send, and the aircraft will get GSX open. You see that little flash there. We are just going to tell it we don't have Spirit, so we'll just go for Swissport or something. And there we are. So everything we have to do to interact it, really. See the winds actually come through as well, which is nice. And the fuel truck is on its way. It'll be fueling us up to 5.5 tons. We've got 2.8 right now. So yeah, so that's the fueling page. Once fueling's done, this page will all be filled out. You just need to fill out the volume bit, and then once that's done, you click send, which we'll see in just a moment. Boarding page, we can go over here, even though just quickly just re-enter in 54.5, and I'll just re-update that, so we can see how much passengers and cargo and the crew we're going to have on the aircraft. You see in grey is the maximum you can have. Go to the request page, and you can see you can bring catering, which we're going to request catering now. And catering will just, you can see GSX may just flicker like so. Well, again, we had to select this, so but it automatically requested catering. But if you didn't have to select it, it will just do it automatically. And we can, instead of having to get GSX to when I want to board it, we can just forget about boarding times. We can just say in 5 minutes from now, which catering should be finished, we'll get the passengers on. So that would be 5 minutes from now. So that would be 1940. So about 9 minutes before off the blocks. So we click that at time 1940. The aircraft will request to board the aircraft. The GSX, yeah, the aircraft will God, FSLabs AOC stuff will God, I need to edit all this out. I bet I'm not, am I? This is embarrassing. I'm probably not going to edit this out because it's probably going to be very funny. People might find it funny. Now me saying that now makes me think I want to edit it out. Anyway, at this time it'll start boarding automatically. There we go, and it's requested. So we'll just leave that there until fueling's done. So that is all done on that side of the AOC stuff for now. We may just get a message as well. We got this load sheet stuff. So this is the first initial load sheet. It's not very accurate at the moment. The zero fuel weight is roughly. It's just going to calculate roughly, but you can always get a passenger or two extra or less, to be honest. As well as our takeoff fuel. It's not very accurate. So this is the initial load sheet, but I've already accepted it because it's roughly the same. It's roughly correct. so nothing's completely wrong. So you just go through this if you want. I've already accepted it, but you go through it and whatever. You can print it out if you want, which is kind of cool. Like I said, you can go and watch Blackbox 711's video and see how you can print stuff. So there's our slot notification off the blocks at 19:49, and we should be off the ground 20 minutes later, so 20-minute taxi time. I'm expecting no delay at all as well, which is nice. You can also print that if you want. So that's all the messages for now. I'm going to wait for fuelings to be done, and then we can get the last stuff like performance request and whatever. So there we are. GSX is now here. We've got Air BP and Gate Gourmet just coming up to the aircraft. I should have turned off like air ground vehicles, ground vehicles. Could have saved some FPS as well, turning those off. But anyway, Air BP, Gate Gourmet, going to get the fueling, catering will get going, and that is cool. So once we reach the time of 1940, which hopefully catering will have finished now, so it's got 2 minutes to get the catering on board before passengers start coming onto the aircraft. So, go back down here, we can go and take a look at our flight plan. We're going to depart out of Atlanta. We're doing the departing at 26 left today, and we are doing the Kutin to departure, and we're transitioning at Hanko. We're going to insert that, and that should clear that off. Oh, that was terrible. Clear. And Hanko to Delby is correct. From Delby, do the Juliet 22, that's going over to May, and then Victor 455 all the way down to Eton Hattiesburg, LBY, and then we go on the Rhythm 4 arrival, hopefully into New Orleans. I say Orlando then. So the page is not yet complete. You can see that is there, but as soon as fueling's done, we can bring the block fuel in. Once boiling's done, we can do the zero fuel weight. So yeah, that's all that. Okay. So it's done already 800 kilograms. We're expecting the 5.5. So that's pretty much 2 tons, just under 2 tons from now. We should have done all the fueling. So yeah, the seatbelt signs are off as we do refuel. And it should start boarding extremely soon. I could have told catering not to load on 100%. I mean, it's a very short flight. But whatever. Got a nice auto traffic live, landing on that runway. Has the winds changed? I don't know. I'm copying what the real world did, so take me out and look to the winds. What we can do, we can use this to check our winds. So we can take a look at Atlanta's METAR, and we take a look at New Orleans METAR. We can send this off. So you don't need to use active sky anymore, because you take a look at that and you can just hear 84, there we are, and confirm that. You can see boarding just started as soon as it passed 1940. It did affect my what's it called, auto traffic live, just decrease the density there because it did affect that. Bring that down back to where it should be. So yeah, we requested the METAR. We'll have the message from that. There we go. Weather at Atlanta and New Orleans. Atlanta METAR 220 at 10 knots, so 26 left is fine for departure. You see it's broken at 250 there. These are all clouds and 10 miles of range, 27 degrees, 9 dew point, and 30 at 10 on the inches there. And lots of stuff, and here we go. This is on New Orleans, here we go. 190 at 8 knots, 25 degrees Celsius, so very nice weather actually. 3012. That's pretty much all we really need to know just for now. And yeah, we've got another message. This is another estimated thing for 0 fuel weight as the boarding has just started. And fueling should be done soon. Catering's just finished, as we're just about to start boarding as well. What we can do is you turn on these. We can get the cabin and PA stuff. I don't think I've got a new. I don't think I've got a Spirit PA, so this is going to be the default one as well. So that's great, but it's alright. So catering's just finished now, and then fueling should be almost finished as well. 500 kilograms to go. Who knows? It may do 400, 100 less, or whatever. So yeah, get the train on that ND as well. So right now, around about this time, it's a bit of a waiting game. Normally boarding would have started. I've already got everything going. I had to wait for like performance requests and whap it into WAB Pro, the website I used to use. But now it's more realistic, using everything inside this aircraft. which is super cool. In fact, I could go look at the charts here for our departure. I can go and see our initial climb clearance, which is 10,000 feet out of this departure. So there we are, 10,000 feet is inserted, catering service completed, fueling should be done very soon. You can see this refueling thing will just go like so, and it's done, so we can get the seatbelt signs on, and all the doors open and close automatically from GSX. You can see the cargo doors will open up soon. This cargo 1 and cargo 2 will open up because GSX, there we go, that's the first one, and there's the second one, like so. So yeah, really, really awesome. And the fueling trucks will go soon, and wherever baggage is coming from, is it from the right or is it from the left, or where is it from? Behind us? Yeah, there's the baggage. We get, don't know how far away it goes, all the way over there. There we go. There we go, so fueling truck is now going. So as you said, as I just put on the seatbelt signs, as refueling is done. If the passengers boarding on, loading on, I guess. Loading sounds not inhumane, actually. They are boarding. Soon, this 3 will turn to a 6, meaning this whole page was filled out. We're just waiting up for the fuel to complete. You see we've got a 5.5 on the block fuel there, so we're entering 5.5, like so. There we go. See that turn to 6? So that means this whole page is filled out, and we can put in the uplink here. Pretty much this uplink, just put it into there exactly the same. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but I just put it in like so. And you can see we ordered 5.5. Our current fuel on board is 5.5, so there's 0 difference. I have seen a 0.1 difference before, so be careful that you're not tight in fuel, and make sure you always get a bit extra before. And we're going to send it off like so. You can also print it if you want. So that'll send, and you get some other stuff coming through here. You'll get a final load sheet just before you're off the box time, which is in 5 minutes time. We should get a final load sheet now because we've filled out everything. And once we get that final load sheet, we will get a we'll fill out the performance requests. We'll get a receive the performance request for our takeoff. Also with the load sheet we can find out our 0 fuel weight and 0 fuel weight CG, but obviously I have to wait for the passengers to load on. We've only got 84 today apparently, which is not bad, so quite a light aircraft. Only 1 hour flight and half full, I guess, roughly. Where's the baggage now? It's over there. Okay, that's okay, that's alright. So yeah, on a taxi basically, we can talk about our taxi. We're going to push back nose left, we're going to taxi up here. What's this taxiway called? And we're going to try and find out here. Ramp, this is the ramp really. So taxi up the ramp to Foxtrot. Taxi down Foxtrot a bit, maybe just go into Echo straight away actually. Might just go, yeah. 5 Foxtrot, 4, get onto Echo straight away. And make our way to 26 left, which is behind there somewhere. So yeah. And I think boarding is pretty much, well, passenger boarding is completed very soon. So you see, I haven't brought up GSX at all yet. So everything's completed through the aircraft, which is absolutely amazing. Everything's done through the aircraft, whatever you want. I haven't looked. Only thing I've looked out of the aircraft for is our OFP, so our flight plan and our expected fuel and 0 fuel weight. But as like the real world, it can always change. There's this free text thing, which is very cool. You can send messages to people, but it got to be used because people are being just a bit idiotic, really. So I wouldn't really abuse this. Just send a message to someone saying hi. Maybe you're a bit too close. How's the weather up there or something? Not being abusive. So whatever. Like I said, we're gonna pretty much wait for the final load sheet, which is basically when boarding is finished. Here Norman, I just cancelled Norman doing his announcement. He just restarted it. Anyway. And now all the passengers are loaded on. Once the boarding is complete, it'll take a few minutes or something for this cabin door to close, and that's when we get the final load sheet. Passengers all on, we can get the APU started up, so we can hit the master switch, make sure everything powers on like so, and we get the APU started up, and the flap will open up very soon with that as well. He's repeating his announcement.
Working with the front.
I don't like that. So I'm just going to not listen to him. Hope that hasn't got into like a loop of announcements. That'll be quite bad. Like our active sky has actually put Southwest aircraft in the Southwest Sands, which is lovely. Even's got like little Southwest logos on there, and like Delta as well there. Do we have one? I don't know if it's on this side or on the other side. Or we just not have one. Nope. What does this say over here? Fuel density. Flight. Something. Don't know what that says afterwards. Flight DLH-74. Ah. Okay. Yeah, that's wrong. Oh, it is. Yeah, Tug just loaded in there. That was weird. I swear that just loaded in now. Anyway. So now baggage is coming on. That won't take any time at all. That's super fast. Yeah, Norman's really repeating his stuff and turning it off there. You can get the cabin thing on. So the cabin is like when the cabin manager will come up to you saying cabin is ready for departure, which is super cool. There you go, AP is now available. You can get the AP bleed on. Disconnect from the external power. Like so. And we'll soon get a final 048 message, load sheet message. So the 048 may not be 54.5, it'll be something different, and it will say this is amount of passengers, was there -1, was there +1, so we'll find out what we expected. So it says we expected 105, we got 84 according to GSX, so yeah. And it says here 22.0 on the CG, but that's definitely wrong. So yeah. Like I said, we'll just wait until everything's finished up. So, I don't want to say it's a bit more of a waiting game, but it's definitely a bit more time on the ground and setting up the aircraft. So if you like doing all that stuff, yeah, you can do that. You don't have to do all the AOC stuff. You can still do GSX manually and all that. Just load in the fuel. We don't have to do this this way when the new FSLabs update, but it's definitely worth the money to use the aircraft. And so after cargo is now finished and forward cargo is just about to finish up here. Boarding is now complete and the doors will soon close up when GSX requests them. So, the after cargo closed soon, same with the forward, once this vehicle's moved away. And then we'll soon get like a message. Here we are, got a new message here. We've got a slot change off the blocks time that apparently is in, well, because boarding was still going. When we requested off the blocks, it took a bit. I didn't realise how far away the boarding, all the vehicles are coming from. So apparently, we're 10 minutes delayed, which is a bit sad. And I wonder if that's going to delay our load sheet or not. If it does, then that'd be quite annoying. If you want to like initialize the next part of GSX, what we can do is click the init page or init or interphone. And I'll just like initialize the next thing at GSX. If you want to get it a bit going, you know, speed it up or get the whatever. Right, we go. Here's our load sheet. So 0 fuel weight is 54.4, which is definitely different to whatever we had before. 84 plus 3. There we go. And our 0 fuel weight is so CG on the 0 fuel weight is 28. So that is now entered. We go to the perf page here. We can go over to actually we're keeping the load sheet open here. We need both of these MCGs to work this out. So per our performance request, our departure airport is Atlanta. We're departing under 26 left. That's a no, that's a no, that's a no, and that's a no. And we had the winds before, the weather, so that is 220 at 10 knots. Like, come on, like so. And in inches, it is, where is it? 30.10. I can actually type it properly. And our temperature right now is 27 degrees. Lovely. So, next page. This is when you put in the takeoff weight and everything, which is 59.8, which is estimated on 0.8. That's a bit heavy if I was that. Oh, there we go. And our CG is 27.5. Config 1, we're not going to do a Togo departure. and we're going to click send. Now that will queue. That'll give us about a few minutes or so to receive the message for our performance. It varies in time it takes to request to get to receive it. There we are. And once received, you can fill this out, and you can click that again, and that would let the interphone, and that will activate GSX ready for the pushback. Like I said, you have to wait for this cabin door to close before you go. Right, welcome back. I just skipped the video really, just so you don't have to wait here. It's really boring this part, there's nothing to do. And here we are, we have the performance thing come through. So, open this up again, go over to the first MCU, and we can fill out everything that's given to us. So, everything on the first page is literally just confirming what you sent off. The next page is everything that is juicy. So you did a flaps 1 we requested, juicy, and up a 0.2. You can see here it is, up 0.2 with the current CG. We did request flaps 1, which is on the first page somewhere, config 1. I think it's on the first page, maybe not, it's on the third page, isn't it? There we are. Flaps 1, flex to 65. We're expecting no takeoff shift, and our V1 speed is 141. Our rotate speed is 142, and our V2 speed is 143. And 18,000 and 2,500 is perfect there. And everything else, that's the end page. And like I said, you can print out every single message you receive. So that's done. We're all good to go. So we can tell GSX we're ready to go. So we'll just click that, bring that back over to here, and I'll bring up the GSX pushback page. There we are. And we're going to do a nose left departure, like so. And that will get rid of the so jetway as well. So nose left departure, nose left pushback, sorry. And then we got the tow truck is now in motion. And I think, I can't remember if it happens or not, but the ground shocks and GPU, the first time flying this aircraft they did go automatically, but recently ever since it hasn't done that. So parking brake is got AP running. Oh, it has gone. Okay, lovely. Wonderful. Going to clear off that GPS primary, and there we are. So everything is all now set up for our flight. So yeah, that is how the AOC basically works. It's pretty fast setup. So videos may be a bit longer now on the FSLabs, but it's getting a lot more realistic, just like the real world aircraft, which is amazing. So if you're really looking in for that realism, Flight Sim Labs have really set up their game there. So really amazing. PMDG getting close with their 747 and the EFBs as well. So been cleared for pushback. Everything's good. So beacon light on, fuel pumps, chairs in the way, to on, or seat I guess, and put it back a bit. And we're all good for the push. So parking brake is released.
Pushing now. The aircraft is clear. Start engines at your discretion.
We can start engines at discretion. So we can start the timer. We can set ignition start. Watching this pressurization start valves. There we are. Ignition on engine number 2. So engine number 2 will start up now, and we can observe it here. But we can, as we're in the flight sim, we can go and take a look at it from the cabin view, which is always amazing. And then we have like the announcements and everything from Norman. The sounds are rather loud. I don't know why they're so loud. Whatever. I hope my voice isn't too quiet compared to the volume. It's not even at toga yet. It's just starting up the engine. So these are IAE engines, and they do take. It's probably the AI or something. They do take a bit longer than CFM engines to start up, but you can pretty much taxi and idle with these engines, which is beautiful. Oh, of course, an AI just spawns as we just go away. Lovely. So we're going to wait for this to say available, and hopefully on the electrics page this Gen 2 will kick in once everything's properly started up. And we're hearing it all click in the cockpit, and that's when the generator will switch over. And like so, that was a click, and there we are. It's running off Gen 2 there, and that means it's available. Waiting for the N2 to come out of that grade position, like so, and we can start number 1. Number 1 is now starting, which is cool in this aircraft as well. You can go to the let's just go set our parking brakes, like so. You can go to the AOC menu And what you can do is go to the back to the init page here, and this is your init review after setting everything up. You can see you're out. This is when you've pushed back the doors. This is when you close the doors. Your current GMT time, your block time, your fuel remaining. You can pick the landing pilot, auto land, and everything when you're on the ground. So you can see the flight time. It was so out, off the blocks, off the ground, on the ground, in the stand, which is really cool. So if you forget about time, the timers, the chrono, like me, don't worry, this has you covered. So
disconnected and clear.
Which is really useful.
Has been removed.
So yeah, that's all good. Really cool update. Definitely recommended. If you don't have the FSLabs already, I really do recommend it, even though it costs like, what's it, £150? All the features and gizmos, I want to say, it comes with. Absolutely amazing. So that can come back to normal. Set flaps 1, spoilers can go armed, this can go to auto. We are on the ground in America, so we do set this to TA only. We can do our flight control check. So full left, checked, full right. It's checked also, all the way down, all the way up, rudder to the left, rudder to the right. Trimming to up 0.2, which is actually default, what it was before. Flaps 1 is set. Spoilers armed, max auto brake. As I said, has a good trip. Taxi light on, AP can go. And we... Oh, hello. So this is what I said before. Let's listen to this.
Hello, it's Norman. Let's cabin secure for takeoff.
Okay, so the cabin is already secure, so thank you very much, Norman. So go back to the VHF1, click reset there, and that'll just annoy it. That'll just cancel that flashing. So release the parker brakes. Cabin are ready to take off actually, so we can taxi straight to takeoff to the runway and depart. Go to the takeoff config page here, and obviously oil temps are not great, so we'll just leave it on that. Wait for oil temps to stabilize, and then we can depart. And hopefully everything on the checklist, takeoff checklist, is all good. And AP should be shutting down. Is it? It should be. It will be. Anyway, just waiting for the oil temp to stabilize on the engine 1, and then it should be happy for us to depart. So like I said, we're going to taxi out to Echo from the ramp, taxi all the way down Echo to runway 26 left. There's a Delta MD-80 just spawning as soon as we push back. Very funny. I wonder, is there like a button on here that, I don't want to click anything wrong, that turns this into inches, or is it just hectopascals only? Right, let's bring it back to idle, because this aircraft is wonderful at taxiing and idle. So, pedal disconnect can go on, like so, and as soon as that just disappears, oil temp should be fine. Like I said, they do take a lot longer on these engines rather than CFMs. CFMs are just super fast at starting up, but they're not as powerful as these engines. So down here we are taking a left and a right, bit of slalom going on for our taxi. And the Delta, lots of old Delta liveries, typical Ultimate Traffic Live. There we are. Takeoff config test, normal, and weather's not running, but that's fine because we're near the terminal. Don't want to fry anyone's brains, which is not nice. So the runway is beautifully 3,000 meters long, but we are almost right at the end of the runway. It'd be nice to take off out of the 8 right instead of 26 left. It's fine. It's about 2,000 meters of a taxi all the way down the straight. So I'll see you when we get down there. Right, welcome back. I thought I might just come back a bit earlier than expected. About 500 meters to go. The reason why I want to come back earlier is traffic's about to land. And I just want to cheer myself up from this horrible day of school I've had earlier with some amazing landings from Ultimate Traffic Live. I'm trying to get this into line as well. It's kind of hard to see out the window and taxi in a straight line, so. And yeah, ouch. At least my landing's not like that. Yeah, I hope my landings are not like that. So, take a left, out to the end, out, depart, be on our way. Simples. Right, so tad to the left. Don't have to slow down too much, it's not too tight of a turn. Don't have to follow the taxi line really. It's just like that. Simple. Lovely. Like so. No, I actually do slow down here. We've got like a 90-degree turn, and that's like 10 knots or so. And there's no aircraft departing or landing on this runway, so we can line up amazingly. When I say amazingly, normally I have to wait for the traffic light to go away so I can actually get on the runway and depart. Actually, this aircraft will be crossing the runway, so we'll just take a look at that once we've fully lined up. Get that all on, up and running. Well, I think it's like system 2, which is a better weather system to use. I don't know why I put it to 1. I think 2 is the best one to go for. Like so. Was that aircraft gone? Is it there already? It's just disappeared. Okay, that's fine. So everything's looking good on the ECAM. No oranges, so that's lovely. We can go. So start the chrono, bring about 50%. Now that can go off pedalers connect. And slowly bring up the thrust to the flex position. And there we are, man. Flex SRS runway. Auto thrust is blue. There we are. Thrust is set on 1.295 EPR, 65 degrees. Airspeed is alive, 80 knots passing. And 100 knots central. Take a wing V there. Lovely. It's inside the cockpit to keep in the centre of the runway. You can see our performance has given us a very nice V-speeds. Not too much of engine power, so not using too much fuel. And there we are, rotating. And pause the way to climb, gear up. There's our amazing gear view. Very loud though. So there we are in the air, coming out of Atlanta. Bye bye. Very big airport that is. I just want to turn down the traffic density of this airport. It's massive. There we are. Spoilers I can disarm. Got a little lever. So I can do that without looking down there. And it's 2,000 feet. It should be setting climb thrust around about this altitude. There we are. Climb thrust, got a left turn as well, so I just did a bit of bank to the left. Right, sorry. Like so. I get the nose landing lights off as well. Like so. Close ourselves up to cruise because there's no ATC online. Like so. And I'll bring the flaps up, passing this airspeed. So, flaps up. There we are. Nice in the air, nice and safely out of Atlanta.
Purchase from our selection of fresh food available today.
Fresh food?
All details can be found in your in-flight brochure.
Right, just get the video there because, like I said earlier, right at the start of the video. Did I say it earlier? I don't know if I said it earlier, but I've had a few sim crashes in this aircraft. So I have just quickly saved the aircraft, the flight. So a quick save, just in case it does like to crash. It is nice and saved, and I don't have to worry about trying to re-record a flight. Right, we are getting a bit above our speed there. Bring the nose up a bit, so don't overspeed. Well, illegally overspeed, not physically. There's 5,000 feet passing. So I don't know if you realise, I'm still flying by hand. I go to the flight plan page there, and what I can show you is to the ATSI menu. There you see, back to the inner page, you can see off the ground and the current flight time. So that's pretty nice. We have this to like 40 and this to 80 or something like that. That'll do. This can go to TARA as well. Okay. 7,500, 2,500 feet to go, and then we'll bring the landing lights off. Lovely weather around to the left and the south area. To the south, we're going to be flying soon. Just flying west for now, then we slowly loop back around down to the south, as you can see there. It's a bit of a curvy departure. Right, it's 9,000. Don't think there's any altitude restrictions. Nope, all good. And we'll be cruising at 3804 since 2028 to 2046, and that's enough time. Putting seatbelts off at like 20,000 or so. And then we are passing 10,000 more or less, so lights can go off, the retractable lights that is, reduce a bit of drag, and there we are, autopilot can go on. Lovely. Okay, that is pretty much our departure done. I have noticed recently that VORs are both the same, VOR 1 and 2, so I'm just thinking maybe 2 I can just bring to ADF. I mean, no one really uses ADFs anymore, but like, I don't want to double up on a VOR, so what's the point of doing doubling up? So if I ever need an ADF, that's ready there, so let's put it into the frequency page here. And yeah, it's just there. But I don't know if it catches one somehow. So about an hour we should be landing, and we also got cinematics to come up well as well with this wonderful bright yellow aircraft. I'm gonna take a screenshot, that looks wonderful. So right, there's 120. I don't think I'm going to be recording up to 180. I mean, that's what transition altitude is, but it's very far away. So yeah, got apparently landing with 2.7 tons of fuel. So it's quite a good amount if we do need to do a go around. What we can do actually is quite a short flight, meaning we can go and take a look. Let's bring this up so we can visualize the surroundings here. If I just do that, okay, I can't do that. Don't want this anymore. Can I clear this off? Yeah, don't need Atlanta, so get the METAR. And we can take a look at that once it comes through. And the winds are 190 at 10 knots and 24 degrees. So runway 20 is probably like what we want to go for. So runway 20, there's only a localizer and an RNAV. We'll take the RNAV Zulu onto runway 20, and we will transition at LBY, as we said earlier, and it will be via nothing because we're going on the rhythm 4 arrival. So, if you take a look at that from LBY, like so, we're coming with the max speed of 250 knots there. I mean, that's below 10,000, so that's fine. And then we go to the Rayop, I want to say, and at Rayop we should be on the RNAV into the 20, which is lovely. So pretty simple approach. Not an RLS, it's an RNAV, which is fine. And actually going through that whole arrival process, almost reaching our standard transition altitude. So what we'll do, so that's the CSTR, I don't need the airport data anymore. Everything's good on our departure. Just about to pass 180. This will come to standard as soon as we pass 180. And then what I'll do, we'll bring ourselves to the cinematics of the flight. So standard, and down here as well to standard. Lovely. So I hope you guys enjoyed the departure coming out of Atlanta. I'll see you in the arrival into New Orleans. Enjoy the cinematics. Hey guys, welcome back. We are still in the cruise. We need to do some things just before we get down to the descent. So, MCD has come up with a enter destination data like warning. I don't know, really warning. It's just saying do it. Really. This is the destination data, the approach, QNH, temperature, winds, MDA, all that good stuff. So we need to enter that all in just before we start descending. Our descent starts in 20 miles. So what we need to do is quickly enter that all in before we miss the descent, basically. So AOC menu, we'll just get that weather there, New Orleans, and we can see it is 190 at 10 knots. Quickly do that one first, and it is 24 degrees Celsius. And it is 3010, like so. Landing config full, and the minimums is 363 feet on the MDA. Simple. That's everything done there. And here's our approach and landing speed currently. I thought it was going a bit, as always, just before on the arrival sort of side of things. So yeah, that's pretty much the perf set up, ready for the approach. We'll do that again once we get closer to arrival. So yeah, I'll see you back when we're down in the descent, roughly about 15,000 feet or so. See you then. Okay, welcome back. We are now passing 144 on the flight level there. Currently descending down to 10,000 feet. That's what I've cleared myself down to. QNH wants 3010. We can go quickly request one more wind, ATIS, weather, whatever you want to call it, METAR, and then doubt the winds or temperature or QNH will change that much from there. So yeah, so 190 at 10 and 24 degrees 3010. So that's all fine there. So on the arrival on the rhythm 4, just past the first waypoint, LBY, to transition into the rhythm 4 arrival. Just about to approach rhythm for max speed restriction of 250 knots. Descending that's 10,000 feet, which is where we're expecting to reach there. And then the little pink dot there is the limb. So that's when we start decelerating down to 250 knots for that max speed restriction. A bit more cloudy than Atlanta, for sure. Let's hope it's okay and a bit better. I mean, we could have. Let's take a look at that. METAR again. A few at 2,000 feet. A few clouds, that is. 10 miles visibility. It's not foggy at all. It's just a bit cloudy. That's alright. Right, I bring down these ranges there down to 40 and 20 on these NDs. Been flying for almost 1 hour. And the big black spike there. Maybe some stuff loading in. Arrival time 21:17 Zulu. Pretty much 10 minutes. In 10 minutes we should be landing, which is about right on our flight time as well. So no delays other than our delay yet. We had to re-get our slot. I think I should have done about 5 minutes later in that slot time earlier, but whatever. This is going to be a very long video actually, I just realised, because now we've got all this ATSU stuff. Like, so whenever I'm flying an FSLabs aircraft, the video is going to be like an hour and 30 minutes long. So, I mean, it's very in-depth, really good stuff. So, we're going to descend down to 2,000 feet, which is there, and you can see we're going to descend down there at a RAYOP, and that's our decel time to pretty much decelerate, and that's 2,000 feet. We should be just coming out of the clouds there as well. We should be able to see the airport by then. So visual approach, pretty much, I guess we're expecting. With config full. So just about to pass 10,000 feet. I'll bring on the landing lights to pass that, but there is a bit of deceleration. I'll just bring out some spoilers here. I'll bring it all the way actually, like so, just to help the aircraft decelerate down to 250 knots. And there we are, reached it. I'll bring all the spoilers back and land the lights on. If you're wondering how I'm doing it, I'm literally just using like a lever which I've mapped to the spoilers. I haven't mapped the flaps. Oh, don't mean to do that. Don't do that. I haven't met the flaps to any lever or anything, because they're different to pretty much all aircraft, so yeah. Bring up flaps by accident. Yeah, so there was just 10,000 feet, landing lights are on. We will be landing on runway, what's it, 20. It's a very short runway. It's only 2,000 meters long. So medium water brake will be used with max reverse. And because technically New Orleans haven't released or opened their new terminal, even though the scenery includes the new terminal, they haven't actually officially opened it. So we aren't going to be able to pretty much park up at the new terminal. We may do, but I have no idea where Spirit would park. So we'll go to the old terminal, because I don't know where Spirit park, but I know they'll park at Concourse C, or Charlie, at the old airport. So that's where we're going to park, Concourse Charlie, because I have no data at all for the new terminal, so it's there. It's a nice little visual thing to see. It's all done and everything. Not in the real world yet, but it's all done, and it's like it's running open. I don't know if there's going to be any traffic there, to be honest, at the new terminal. That'd be nice to see. So on we are, pretty much heading for Rayop now. I was going to pass this waypoint here, but it's pretty much straight on to Rayop, 2,000 feet. And look at that lovely sea over there. The water looks amazing. So New Orleans is just to the south of the US, but just to the west of Florida. So it's not part of Florida, of the massive, like, don't want to call Florida really in terms of land shape, but New Orleans, south central, I guess you could say. There's the map there. Go over the sea. We go back into New Orleans in the land. A bit of turbulence coming through. Look, we've got the seatbelt signs up. I had it on since like 20,000, 25,000 feet or something. So yeah. Hopefully we do get Norman coming up to us again saying cabin already. Hopefully that does happen this time, because I like this new feature when it comes up saying cabin already. I should probably get the P8 on. It was annoying me earlier because it kept repeating, so turn it back on now. 6,000 feet. I remember ages ago when I was arriving into Miami, the water looks so nice, and it's done it again as well. So the reflections of the clouds and just the nice shallow water giving a nice light blue look, and the dark cloud reflection looks, I don't know why, but it looks so good. There's also some coral probably from Orbx. So looks amazing. Anyway, I can see some AI down there. So zoom in a bit. It's at our altitude. It is climbing. So I think it says departed out of New Orleans. It must be. I'm not sure what runway it departed though. Anyway, that's 5,000 feet passing. There's a bit of a bug going on. You can see the little bugs there, splattered. You can really see this, sometimes on the side you get a really long spray. It looks kind of cool. So, this down to 2,000 feet. We will decel. The aircraft will automatically activate the approach faders once we hit that decel point in 7.5 miles. And once I've pretty much turned right, I'll click approach. Approach will activate the RNAV and we'll fly it down, probably manually with the visual approach. I think we should be looking at where we are now at 4,000 feet. We should be fully visual with the runway at 2,000 feet, so that should be all fine there. So, but right now I can't see the airport, so can't really go in manual just yet. Right, so that's 1 hour 5 minutes. We expected 1 hour and 11 minutes, so flight time could be a little bit quicker than expected. I think it's 6 minutes left of the flight time. I think it's a little bit shorter than that. Luckily 2-0 when we exit, the concourse is right there, which is pretty nice. So Concourse Charlie, like I said, is where we'll be parking up. Cabin crew are, well, Norman just said cabin crew seats for landing. He may come over saying they're ready once they've all sat down. Who knows? I can't remember. Oh, yeah, there we are.
Hi, it's Norman. Yep, that's the cabin secure for landing.
Okay,
See you on the ground, bye.
sorry. Thank you, Norman. So go back over to the original one, reset that. Lovely. That's awesome. Right, approaching 2000 now. I can see some sort of runway, I think. It's the airport maybe? I could be totally wrong there. It's just flashing lights over there, which you're going to see. And starting the right turn now, so we get the approach phase active. And we're just waiting for the final approach, like so. And now I'll just hold at 2000 for now. I'm just holding the VNAV there. But actually, the thing is, it's going to go all over the place, so I'll just keep it on 2000 for now. And I'll activate final approach when we get a bit closer. So I'll bring out full spoilers, really help the aircraft slow down, and when we get down to like 200 knots or something, 220 knots, I'll let flaps and everything to help that out. Oh, actually, we'll be 50% on the spoilers. 2000 is checked. Cool. So, flaps on. Let's bring out the slats. Spoilers disarmed. And lovely. 220 knots passed. Spoilers armed, actually, like so. And there is some autogen loading in now in the distance. Lovely. And frames aren't half bad. So the water is looking gorgeous with that bridge as well. Lovely approach. 200 knots. Flaps 2. There we are. And now we can get the approach phase active. And as soon as that the VNAV comes in, that will just get us down, basically. Right, we'll do an approach speed of 180 knots, sorry. Actually, we'll go 160, we'll go 160 and try not to stress the aircraft out. 160 will be fine for now. Okay, so the VNAV should be coming in about 2 miles. And anyway, we are fully visual the runway, but as soon as we get closer to it, it's kind of easy to see it. I'm going manual on the approach. Bit of wing flex going on. A little bit. Right. Let's take a look outside actually as well. Look at that. Is that some like dirty water I can see? That looks very dirty. I'm not sure if that's part of the scenery or part of Rex. Anyway. This VNAV should be coming in soon, I hope. If it doesn't, then we're going manual. Because it doesn't look like it's coming through, which is scaring me a bit. There it is. There it is, final approach, lovely. Config 3, gear down. And there we are, gears coming down. And there we are, lovely jubbly. I'm just probably set inside the cockpit for this bit now. And as you can see, if I zoom in a bit, you can kind of see the new terminal there. So it's all fully done up and everything. I haven't mentioned this before, this is done by LatinVFR, very new release. It's got PBR stuff and everything, which is awesome. Right, as soon as we pass 1500 feet, I'll bring the speed back to normal. Approach speed, I should bring it now. That's 1500 feet. And I'll take out the autopilot and set flaps full. There we are, autopilot's out. Clear that off. That's fine, cool, lovely. I'm going to fly it pretty much visual. Every now and then take a look at the flight director, well, not flight director, the PFD, I guess. Don't need the flight director because of the VNAV approach. And the autothrottle will do its stuff as well, just a bit to the left as well. So no, our VOR to help us line up the runway. There is a VOR, but
1000.
Right, activating it. 1000 checked. Not too deep on the nose there. It's bouncing up and down with it. In fact, now we've got the gear down, we can take these liner lights on. Or put them on, or take them on. Take them on in a fight. So yeah, medium auto brake, just double check. Yes, lovely. That's some smoke coming out of factory in the distance. Not sure if the wind's hitting me or is it just my flying that's terrible.
500.
500. Trying to get those two reds 2 whites again. Lovely, it's fine. Trying to use a lot less of the yoke and use a bit more of a trim if possible, because that's a bit better to use.
300.
Continuing. Oh, AI are taking up, yeah, they are taking up the new terminal.
200.
But I don't, like I said, I don't know where Spirit Park, unless there is an AI Spirit there, then I can go park there. So yeah.
100.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Here we are, coming in.
50. 40. 30. 20.
Idle the throttle.
Retard.
And try to
10.
get the aircraft on the ground, because it's a very short runway. There we are, touchdown. Full macro reverse. There we are. Trying to get the central. That'd be nice. 60 knots versus in. Forward idle. And no braking. Pedal disconnect on. And there we are. Welcome to New Orleans with a landing rate of minus 208 feet per minute. 208 feet per minute. Lovely. It seems like there's no AI in the old terminal, but lots on the new one. Right, set up the lights and everything. That's fine. Get the EPU started up as we vacate. Spoilers can go. Flaps up. Lovely jubbly. It seemed like the sewed thing said it didn't work, so just reset that.
Ladies and gentlemen,
So,
the cabin crew will shortly be leaving their
I don't
seats
see any
for
Spirit
safety-related
aircraft.
duties. However, we ask that you remain seated until the fasten seatbelt sign has been switched off.
Thing is, I think we'll go there anyway because all the AI are there. I think I see any AI on the old terminal.
Please make sure that you
Anyway, we'll go to the new terminal because that's all what it's all about. You can see the PBR ground textures reflecting the sun and everything. Amazing. It's just absolutely amazing. Anyway, let's start the flight time there. 11 hours. Oh, it must have been 11 hours. Say that again. 1 hour and 11 minutes. So in fact, Project PFPX was relatively similar with that. Let's see what this says about the flight time. 1 hour and 10 minutes. So very similar to what PFPX has calculated. I see a southwest over there, so we're parking in the southwest. Like I said, I don't have any charts or anything. For stand numbers, so we'll just have to go very close to that. Normally you get a company message saying when where you're parking, but we didn't receive one today, so maybe because maybe it's getting confused with this airport. I shouldn't probably go onto this runway. I don't know if there's any AI here. It looks fine, so I'll cross it. So yeah, let's go park next to the southwest because that seems like the place to go. Frames aren't too bad as well for New Orleans with the PBR and everything. Some people have been saying it's really bad frames, but I'm flying the FSLabs and frames are flyable, so yeah. Did a bit of a float coming in on the runway there, but yeah, what the hell. Nice water reflections there. Okay, so if I can try and find what it says, I think it said Bravo there. Weather radar should be coming off, but now I'm going to turn. It's going to be hard to turn off and do the turn at the same time. Yeah, so like I said, we're parked next to the southwest, just to the left of it. Try to find the stand number there. Then, right, what is it? It's Bravo 3. So Bravo 3. Lovely. Southwest Airlines. Oh. What about Alpha 1? Maybe I should have that's Frontier. Yeah, we'll go Bravo 3. Okay, it is a Southwest stand, but like I said, I have no idea where they park, so we'll take Southwest. That's fine. Right, got Marshall to help us guide us in. Actually, we've got people inside the terminals. I think you can turn that off though to save frames. If you've got low to mid-range PC, you can turn off the interior on the terminal just to help frames. And here we are. Oh no, too early. There we are. Please cut engine. Set the parking brake first. Everything looks good there. Release the brakes. Engine 1, engine 2 shut down. Block time 1 hour 25 minutes. Get to the init page there, and that will just say in very soon. What we just do is we just click the init thing again. That will just request. That wasn't very good parking. No, it was. You see the aircraft taxiing right in the background there, and it just put up that thing again for auto traffic lights. Just decrease that a bit. Get back down again. Thank you. And there we are. So, don't mean to do that. That's fine on where it was. Like so. And beacon light can go off, seatbelts can go off, external power can go on, APU can go off. Lovely jubbly. And soon that will come up with the in time. Landing pilot was me, and we didn't do an auto land. Like I said, we'll just wait for the in time just to come on there. Block time 1 hour 25, so it's 1 hour 26 there. A bit more accurate on that. Take a look outside. We are a bit to the right there. It's not even part of the 320 mark. That's just GSX. So yeah.
Okay, we're finished.
Lovely jubbly.
Clear of the aircraft.
Right, that should mean the in time is now there at 21:21. Lovely. So we click send. That will send off to the main ACARS thing, I think. I don't know where it sends it to. I think it must be like Hoppies or something. Hoppies is like the main ACARS like thing, so you can upload more text to people and all that. So there we are. Welcome to New Orleans. I hope you guys enjoyed the flight with Spirit. New airline, not new plane, but like new update, new massive update to the plane. I hope you guys enjoyed this FSLabs update as much as I have. It's a big update, it really is, and I definitely, if you use it, definitely go watch Blackbox 711's video on how to use the new AOC stuff, because it's very confusing. So yeah. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you in the next video, and bye bye for now.